What is going on, everybody? Welcome in to Season 1, Episode 2, technically, because we had the intro episode last video. So, if you didn't see that, make sure to watch that, because that explains how this whole series is going to work. So, we're just going to jump right into it. We're here with Week 1, Game 1, player of the game, Nick Harbor. Nick Harbor is a part of the South Carolina Gamecocks victory over Jacksonville State Gamecocks, 56-23. The Battle of the Cocks has been decided, and we're about to jump into the box score and see exactly how Nick Harbor and the Gamecocks were victorious. Now, anytime a QB throws for 465 and 6, you might expect him to get the player of the game, and Lenore Sellers very well was deserving of it. But in my mind, anytime a receiver goes over 200 yards and over 2 touchdowns, as Nick Harbor here went 13 catches, 230 yards, 4.3 TDs. TDs, that wasn't even. Nick Harbor had a great game. All right, Mazio Bennett Jr. was also very supporting in this victory here, and a couple more touchdowns for some other receivers. Running game was good here as well. The battle of the Gamecocks was really no battle here, as you can see. South Carolina really just took care of business. Defensively, 3-sack performance from Dylan Stewart, also in contention for player of the game. On Jacksonville State side of it, though, their defense really didn't produce anything at all. As you can see, a couple tackles for loss, but nothing too helpful in helping them win this game. O-line gave up a couple pressures. Receiving-wise, though, Caleb Coombs did have a very good game with a touchdown. Rushing was pretty good for average, but when you get so far behind, Cam Cook couldn't really do anything. And then you move into Gavin Wimsatt, who actually had a pretty good game. Not a very accurate game. Decent yardage, decent touchdown performance, and he is a running quarterback, but did not take part in the rushing game this week. So Jacksonville State falls victim to the better Gamecock there with South Carolina. That is our first game of Week 1. All right, we're hanging out here with Joshua Josephs, who is your player of the game for Week 1, Tennessee versus Syracuse. Final score, Tennessee 23, Syracuse 0. So a big shutout performance from this Tennessee defense led by Joshua Josephs. We have a very good montage. We got some game film put together here from Julian Hockenders. He combed through it, sent over a very good defensive montage in this shutout effort here for Tennessee. So right before we get into this montage, though, I do want to take a look at this box score for Tennessee so you guys can see how dominant this defense really was. And here we are with showing Joshua Joseph's performance. 2.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. And here's what really got him player of the game. Fumble recovery, takes it back 35 yards for a touchdown. We will see that in our clips montage here in just a moment from Julian Hockenders. Some good little game film. That fumble was forced, though, by Jackson Moy. He said Moy ball. 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss for him as well. Really dominant run defense game mixed in with some very good pressure. That's, 4. That's a lot of sacks. I mean, we were down here with a lot of half sacks, so I'm not doing this math. But Tennessee defensively was fantastic. O-line on their end was good. Let's take a look at Syracuse's O-line. That's not good. 4, 5, 6 sacks allowed, and it's pretty evenly distributed through their O-line, a poor performance. Real quick, though, let's go back to Tennessee. Let's take a look offensively. Just a game manager game from Joey Aguilar here. Decent completion percentage. Long completion, just over 20 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Rushing, not very high average, but Star Thomas did get in the end zone here, which was nice to see. Receiving-wise, pretty balanced. Syracuse's side of it, let's take a look. Also quite balanced in the receiving game. They couldn't really run the ball, except Will Nixon did break off a longer run there. And passing, just another game manager game here from Syracuse. So we're not going to hold off anymore. Let's go take a look at the game film sent in by Julian Hockenders. Here we go. Julian Hockenders and his Tennessee Volunteers have set in their highlight reel. Real quick, I do want to apologize for the quality. This is the only part of any video where it will be a little lower. We had a small mix-up and had to go through the phone, through Google Drive. Long story. But as you can see, Julian Hockenders, Tennessee Volunteers, coming in ranked 22. Sack counters at 2. They're already up 7-0 over Cuse, and here they are getting after the quarterback again. celebrating the sack, sending the sack counter up. And here we have Syracuse trying to kick a field goal. Can't do it. Not even in their... Actually, it's a neutral site game. Here we have Julian Hockender's kicker. I haven't watched this yet. That was fantastic. As we see, 0 missed field goals for Julian Hockender's Tennessee. Definitely nothing wide left. They're all good. They're all great. Look at this. We have a little highlight reel here. Boom. Up to 16-0. Sack counter at 3. And rising. Great sack. Down goes Cuse quarterback. And here we have a Houdini act. Disappears. He's invisible. Doesn't matter. Joshua Joseph's player of the game. Touchdown score. Covers that fumble. Houses it. Dives into the end zone. And he's got a friend there. He's got a friend waiting for him. It's the mascot. Let's celebrate. Big win. It appears Wyatt Teller not enforcing a strict dress code here for his Virginia Tech team. Ben Bell is your player of the game. He had quite the edge rushing performance here with his team, Virginia Tech, taking home victory over West Virginia University 38-20. This is a rivalry game and a very good Week 1 matchup. So we do have some game film set in from Wyatt Teller himself here as well. So we'll take a look at that. But Ben Bell will hop into the box score before we take a look at some clips, and we'll see exactly how his performance looked here against West Virginia. 5.5 sacks for Ben Bell. 7 tackles for loss. This is a dominant performance. Other members of the D-line helped out as well. I don't believe any interceptions. And did Ben Bell... I don't know why. I thought there was a fumble in there, but no. No, I thought he took one back for a touchdown as well, but he didn't need to. 5.5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss is a dominant performance. So before I got to the defense for player of the game, we almost gave it to Wyatt Teller's prodigy, Tomas Rimick. 13 pancake blocks is ridiculous, and you can tell Wyatt Teller's definitely scheming this up the way he knows how to play football. Cameron Seldon led the team in catches, but in terms of yardage, Aiden Green had a big catch, 56-yard catch. Pretty balanced passing attack, though, and big focus on the run game from Wyatt Teller. That's to be expected. He's a raw-strength run blocker himself before he retired here from Cleveland to come coach for Virginia Tech. 3 rushing touchdowns for them, 2 passing, and a pretty accurate game from Kyron Drones in the passing game. So we do have a couple clips to share here from Wyatt Teller. Some good game film, so let's hop into that. All right. Our first clip here from Virginia Tech. Teron Stewart, inside zone, up the middle, into the end zone. And that is your first score for Virginia Tech in their victory of Week 1. We do have 2 more clips coming in for Virginia Tech.
It's almost like you got to kind of recalibrate, refocus.
Second highlight here for Virginia Tech. We got an audible line of scrimmage from Drones. Well until they beat down on West Virginia University here in Week 1. Audible is in motion for Drones. Ball is snapped. Play action. And we got Bennett up the seam. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Well on their way to spanking around West Virginia University. About to be 21-0. All right, West Virginia's made it a game here. Onside kick. Virginia Tech. Santiago comes down with it. And Virginia Tech will take a Week 1 victory over West Virginia University as we just looked at the box score. Here's the film. Final knee taken by Drones. That clock's running out. And ladies and gentlemen, Virginia Tech sharing their highlights, celebrating Week 1. Our guy, Jonathan Silver, with his crazy hair that he definitely has in real life, is the player of the game here for our 4th game in Week 1. Delaware takes home a very convincing victory, 56-0 over FC Southeast. So, little warm-up game for Delaware in their first game in Division I football. But they show that they can hang. Jonathan Silver, you'll see his versatility here in a moment when we look at the box score. And we do have some game film set in from Mr. Keast. Very versatile game, though, from Jonathan Silver. We'll hop into that. But yeah, 56-0 win. It's a great start for Delaware's program here. Let's get into the box score, and then let's get into some highlights. So obviously we gave it to Jonathan Silver. You'll see why in a minute. Blake Brown, though, this is like the Lenore Sellers Nick Harbor thing, where Blake Brown very easily could have won player of the game here with 83% completion, 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. Jonathan Silver led the team in receiving as well. 8 catches, 127 yards. So that's why we gave it to him, because of his impact on both sides of the offense there. Blake Brown did also score a rushing touchdown as well. So good performance from him. As you see, here's his passing game again. Receiving-wise, Jake Thaw did get into the end zone twice with about 100 yards. Max Patterson, 2 touchdowns as well. And some other balanced play from the receivers. Blocking-wise, Anwar O'Neal was a player we highlighted in our preview for this team. Good offensive game from him on the O-line. Defensively, a couple sacks and 5 TFLs for Hassan Manning Jr. From the safety position there. So Delaware talked about bringing these safeties down into the box, and that's proven there. We have no interceptions, and we forced a fumble. I don't think we recovered it, though. No, we did not. So, yeah, let's get into some highlights here for Delaware.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Getting set the extra
Before it. How about the QB, man? How about poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there. I don't feel comfortable with, but he absolutely.
first down. Off play action. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Hens. They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. Nowhere. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver.
Loss of a couple.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to.
He's loose. Turning it on. What a run to get them into enemy territory, and he's out of bounds at the 40. Won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
For the first play of the drive. Brown will throw it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Now he'll throw back into the middle. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive to the 13-yard line. And the Blue Hens line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Wants to throw it. Finds his big tight end. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Now, you may be wondering, hey, I didn't know there was an Ohio user team. That's because there's not. Our first player of the game from a computer goes to Ricky Hyatt Jr. And I'm not going to lie to you, we're a little bit in the future. And there's a spoiler, Ricky Hyatt Jr. tears his pectoral. So that's unfortunate for him, but week 1 was great. We'll take a look at his performance here in a minute. But yes, Ohio played Rutgers. Rutgers loses 22-14. Rutgers QB struggle. We'll take a look at the box score. Unfortunately, no game film sent in here from Mr. Hoopla or Big Hoopla. I forgot what he goes by nowadays. We'll take a look at the DT Sheffield usage. He's a player we highlighted for them. Rutgers' run defense was good. Like I said, we'll hop into the box score. Unfortunately, no game film here. But let's take a look exactly what won Ricky Hyatt Jr. Player of the Week for this matchup. So we're going to start with Ohio. I think they're the Bobcats. The Ohio Bobcats performance here. Adequate QB play from Parker Navarro. We did mention Rutgers' rush defense. I mean, these guys didn't get over 2 yards to carry. So Rutgers D-line, that was a highlight in their team preview. That part showed up for them. Ohio did move the ball, like we said. Adequate QB play led to good receiving production. And let's get into player of the game. Ricky Hyatt Jr. 2 picks, 12 tackles, and 3 pass deflections, but also, and I thought he scored a touchdown. So that's kind of, I kind of led you guys on a little bit. But in terms of players in this game, Ricky Hyatt Jr. still statistically was the best. 3 deflections, 2 picks, 12 tackles. Obviously the best player so far on Ohio that we looked at. Let's look at Rutgers D-line. So they didn't get to the QB here. Tackles for loss, though, was nice. And I think they just held Ohio to short rushing attacks. So Eric O'Neal is the guy we looked at, remember. Where's the other edge rusher we had for them? It wasn't Elijah King. There were 2 of them, right? Eric O'Neal. No, I don't know. We'll take a look. Obviously, Rutgers' run defense was good, but parts of their team was not. So we did talk about DT Sheffield usage. Only 3 catches here. Good game, though, from Ian Strong. Rushing-wise, decent play from C.J. Campbell Jr. Got in the end zone. Only averaged 3 a carry, though. And the passing attack, we did preview that. Anthony Kamanis, he 1 touchdown, 4 picks, 51% completion percentage. That's not going to cut it for the Rutgers team here. Yeah, unfortunately, no game film here. Just wanted to show off the box score, and we'll get into our next player of the game, shortly. Here with player of the game, Jack Walsh for Wyoming, as they take victory over Arkansas. Wait. It's Akron. Sorry, not Arkansas. Wyoming 27, the Akron Zips 20. Now, Jack Walsh is your player of the game. We'll get into his stats, mostly pancake blocks, here in a moment. This is a guy we highlighted for their player preview for Coach Dildo. So good to see Jack Walsh stepping into the role that we expected for him. Now, no spoilers. Let's just say Akron had a long play in this game. Unfortunately, no game film from Dildo here. But we'll get to the box score here, and let's go check it out. So we teased it a second ago, but let's take a look at Ben Finley, quarterback for the Akron Zips, with a longest pass of 99 yards. So let's just say Wyoming's defense maybe had a little bit of struggles in this game, but decent game here for Ben Finley. We'll stick with Akron here, looking stats-wise. Adequate game for Taven Curry in the running back. I'm assuming Israel Polk, yeah, he's the one that caught that 99-yard touchdown. 96 yards run after the catch. So Wyoming had no interest in tackling him. 5 for 129 for 1 with him, and then spread the ball out pretty evenly. Defensively for Akron, a lot of tackles. I don't believe any sacks, a couple TFLs, and 3 interceptions. So that'll lead us into Wyoming defensively. Let's start there. Good defensive line performance getting to the quarterback. And then we saw that 1 interception there that went to Andrew Johnson. Pancake blocks, here we are. Jack Walsh had 12, so it's really good. He's playing his role on this team. Then spread the ball out pretty well, actually. Funneled through 3 guys. 91 yards for Richardson, touchdown. Other touchdown goes to Jalen Sargent. And then Teron Kelman, the running back, had a couple catches. Let's look at his running game. Pretty even split for the running backs here. 2 touchdowns did go to Kelman, though. Kelman didn't rush very efficiently. But he did catch the ball well. I was thinking maybe player of the game change, but we'll keep it with Jack Walsh. Passing, a couple interceptions for Eli Baggs. So, yeah, that's Wyoming's first victory of the year. Coach Dildo, nice work. Player of the game for FIU is Tavarish Dawson, wide receiver. Austin D led FIU to a Week 1 victory over FCS Southeast. 49-20 is your final there. Tavarish Dawson led the team with a very good receiving performance. We do have a clip of game film of some defensive woes for Austin D and FIU there. But yeah, let's go hop into the box score, and then we'll check out a little sneak peek into the game. All right, so let's start with FIU's quarterback play here for Austin D. 5 touchdowns to 3 picks. Decently accurate game, but obviously the interceptions are there. Not a lot of running the ball. Austin D, air raid offense. Here we are with Tavarish Dawson. 9 catches, 227 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sequan Pierre, 11 for 175 and 2. Other touchdown goes to Alex Perry. Offensive line for FIU is good. Zaire Flournoy, 7 pancake blocks. Defensively, like I said, we'll see a clip of their defensive woes as they did give up 20 points to an FCS school. But some QB pressure, a couple TFLs, and 1 pick. So Brian Blade's a player we previewed for FIU. He comes away with an interception. A couple pass deflections mixed in as well. And let's take a look at the one clip we got here from Austin D.
2nd and 6.
As we stated, Coach Austin D not fully happy with his team's performance. Good run stop here for the next play. We're about to witness a FCS school.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are
pretty successful play for, well, really any team, but especially an FCS school.
Coming to this game,
so Austin D calls a blitz defense. Missed tackle over the middle leads to a FCS school running up the gut for 20 yards. Brian Blade misses the tackle. Touchdown, FCS Southeast. Appreciate you all checking out week 1. If you made it to this point, we appreciate it. We got more clips coming, more weeks coming, more storylines building. So stay with us and enjoy the series.